So yesterday, Sony announced the much rumoured Super Slim PlayStation 3. We have the very first one here in the UK, and we are going to unbox it just for you. Now, obviously, we love our unboxing videos here at IGN, and the thing I'm most excited about is actually seeing one of these. Obviously, we've been talking about it for a long time. Is it real? Well, yes it is, and here's what you get in the box. Let's start off. One of the old cables, which is the kind of composite cable. You still don't get an HDMI cable with this, which is crazy. Ethernet cable, power cable, DualShock 3, no surprises here. But here's where we get onto the main business, which is the PS3 Super Slim. So Luke will help me out, let's get it out.
Egg containers.
Egg containers. Now let's see what this is all about. So the first thing you kind of see is
corrugated top.
Corrugated top, which is, I don't know, it's different. I'm not sure that I like it all that much. As you know, I don't hate it, but it's not as kind of sleek and stylish, I guess, as the previous two PlayStation 3s. It is obviously a lot smaller. You've still got two USBs on the front, unlike the original fat PS3 that had 4, but the last Slim had 2. But the big difference, I guess, is that it's actually a top-loading machine now, rather than a slot-loading machine at the front. So we're going to plug it in, and we'll try it out, and we'll show you what that looks like in a minute. If you come around to the back, you've got your Ethernet cable switch, HDMI, optical in and out, the AV in and out, and of course the power. So kind of no real surprises in terms of the connectivity. Moving around to the side, little PlayStation logo there. Let's peel off this piece of tape and see what happens when we do that. Whoa! So, as you can see, that's what the new loading system looks like. It's, you know, obviously it's mechanical rather than, you know, the kind of touch interface that you have with the previous two PlayStation 3s. One thing that actually Sony mentioned to me is that it's potentially slightly louder than the old Slims or the fatter, purely because the disc is nearer to outside space. It's not buried deep within the actual unit, it's right on top, and you've only got this thin layer of plastic between you and the disc. So we'll check that out and see if the sound is any louder. So let's try it with the game in there, see if it is any louder than the previous Slims. It's probably slightly louder, but it's definitely not really ear-shattering. If this is tucked away underneath your television, I can't imagine it's going to get on your nerves. In terms of actual size, well, in terms of actual size, we've got the PS3 Slim here, and as you can see, it's actually quite a lot smaller. It's a lot shallower. In terms of depth, it's probably about the same, you know. Can I just compare the two in terms of weight?
Yeah.
It's definitely lighter. Not that that makes a massive difference. Well, you know,
they've said, haven't they, that that's 25% less in terms of weight and 20% less in terms of volume.
Right.
Which is how I measure my consoles.
Absolutely.
As well.
Yeah. But compared to this beast of a console, which obviously, you know, is many, many years old, wow, that is really a heavy console. It's a lot smaller. I guess the big, you know, the sad thing here is that it's still not PlayStation 2 compatible. This one was, obviously, when it came out all those years ago. But if you want PS2 games, this is not the console for you. I'd suggest going to buy PS2 off eBay. But what are your thoughts, Luke? Obviously, first time you've seen it.
Yeah, well, it's pretty nice. I mean, that was the console I had from launch up until literally about a month ago when it yellow lighted on me. Literally just got this one about 2 weeks ago. And now today this has been announced, which is just outstanding. But I don't know, I mean, it looks nice. I mean, this is the 500 gig model, which is the one that's available in both Europe, in Europe, Australia and the US. Other ones, they vary. And yeah, no, I mean, it's nice, it's small, it looks cheaper, but I guess it is cheaper.
So one thing that's strange is that if you open the console when it's laid flat, the top pings open, rather like a kind of 80s piece of technology, like proper kind of old school.
Like a typewriter.
Like a typewriter. Whereas if you stand it up on its end and you open it, it's smooth, which it looks a lot better. I don't know why that is, Maybe that's gravity, but I don't know. I guess my main concern about this is the lid itself just feels pretty cheap. It literally is just a piece of plastic that slides along the edge. There's nothing fancy about this, very, very lo-fi. So that is the PlayStation Super Slim. It's coming out next week. Let us know what you think in the comments below.